Hey everyone, for those of you who don't know, my name is Matthew Bacon. I'm a professional counsellor. And what I'm going to teach you in this video is 4 quick, effective ways to increase your motivation. Now, you may want to implement these techniques at the start of a challenging task, which you may find difficult and you've been putting off for a little bit. Maybe it's you're starting a new habit or something like a physical exercise program or a diet, and you need this motivation to really get you there and to push you to do it. Or as well, you may just want to do it as part of a morning routine and start your day off fresh. Whatever it is, these techniques do not take long and they have great results. So let's get into it straight away. So the first way to increase your motivation is to have a reward attached to the outcome or the completion of doing the task you need motivation for. So let's say the first thing you want to do in the morning is go for a run, but you also love having a really nice morning coffee or a nice tea. Now, instead of having the tea or coffee straight away, going on Facebook on your phone and doing those sort of things, the first thing you should do is go for a run and then say and make a rule, I can only have this coffee if I go for the run, or I can only have this tea or this treat which you really like. Have that only allowed once you do the task you need motivation for. Alternatively, another one, if you really, really love watching this TV show and it's released every Tuesday night, but you want to go for a run after you do work, only let yourself watch the TV show once you go for the run. Have it attached as a reward, as opposed to something you just do unconsciously, like, oh, the TV show's out, I'm just going to start watching it now. Make things that you like a reward for the things which you need effort for and that motivation for. The second way to increase motivation is to have a lot of leverage for doing the task. Now, this is kind of similar to the reward. The actual reward, like watching a TV show, may be your leverage for doing the workout, for doing that run. But it can also go a lot further than that. So let's give an example of someone who is 50 years old, has just had a heart attack, and the doctor has said, you need to change your life in terms of getting in shape, you need to get thinner, you need to drop weight and get your heart healthy, otherwise you may have an early death, unfortunately. So if that's his motivation of, oh, I have to go for a run every day, otherwise I may die, that is huge leverage for doing that, as opposed to someone who's like, oh, I'm a bit overweight, but what's going to happen? Not much. Obviously, I may not want to be overweight, but it's not a big deal. It's not going to change my life if I gain a few kilos. So the leverage is totally in different dimensions, where one is life and death, the other one is, oh, I may look a bit more attractive, but it's not going to kill me if I'm not. So find a huge leverage and attach it to you doing the task which you need motivation for, and that will increase your motivation like crazy, because there's a huge outcome or goal which is really important to you that will be reached. So the third way to increase your motivation is to remove all excuses you can around not doing the task which you need motivation for. So let's give an example again of someone who wants to go for a run first thing in the morning. Something they may do to remove any excuses is to sleep with their gym socks on, to sleep with their exercise shorts on and their singlet, and to put their shoes right next to their bed. So the first thing they do when they wake up is realize they're in their exercise gear, the shoes are there, and all I have to do is walk out the front door. Now, this sounds a little bit silly and a bit extreme, but what this actually does is remove decision fatigue. So the more little things you have to do the task which requires motivation, the more you get decision fatigue, where it's like, oh, I have to put on shoes, I have to do this, or maybe I'll add having a morning coffee before the run. Maybe I'll just check my newsfeed quickly. All these other little things pop up. So if you remove all of them, remove the excuses, you'll be way more likely to do the task and you'll get straight to it, as opposed to diddy-doing, tattling around and wasting your time and eventually not getting to it because maybe you don't have enough time now because work, you have to be there in about 30 minutes as opposed to an hour beforehand. And the fourth way to increase motivation is to engage in some high energy material. So this may be watching a motivational video. Maybe it's listening to some really good pump up music which gets you a lot of energy. This is a really good way of increasing motivation because the body, mind and emotions all respond to each other. If your body starts getting pumped up, your mind and your emotions will follow. If previously you're feeling a bit comfortable, you just want to lie in bed, but then you start listening to this motivational track and your mind starts getting a little bit like, oh, okay, cool. Your emotions start getting a bit more happy and uplifted, then your body will start responding and get a lot more energy through it. So again, engage in some high energy material, whatever that is, find a way to increase your energy and your motivation will follow from there. So there you have it, the 4 quick ways to increase your motivation very effectively. So again, what they were, Number 1, have a reward attached to the outcome or completion of the task you need motivation for. Number 2, have huge leverage. So this may be the reward, but anything else which is a big picture, higher goal as well, have huge leverage. Number 3 is remove the excuses, so anything which causes decision fatigue and makes you just get that rationalization, excuses sort of state where it's like, oh, I'll just start tomorrow. Number 4, high energy material, whether that's motivational tracks or really just high energy music which you love. So thanks again for watching. I hope you found this helpful. I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Thanks.